Welcome to Chibuzor Mathphysics. Happy to see you again in probability and statistics. I hope you're making progress. At any point in time, try to pause the video and try doing it yourself. I remain your friend, Augustine Chibuzor Galagash. So let me show you what to do in this discrete random variable function. So we have been asked that the probability function of a discrete random variable is given by the probability of that function, which is qx, where x is range between 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we are to find or calculate the value for q and the probability distribution of x and find the mean, the expected value of that probability, and find the mean squared, the expected value squared of that value, and also find the variance and the standard deviation. So this question has given some people headache, and it is a bit challenging for some people if you can't grab the concept. So let me show you what to do and how to do handle this question without wasting much of your time. So let us jump into it immediately. So first of all, when you are to find the value for q, you should bear in mind that our probability, the probability of this function ranges from 1 x, which is range from 1 to 4. So we can use this side. We know that number 1, to find this probability simply means that the summation from x range from 1 to 4 of this function q of x, This implies that we have q into how many probabilities we have? The summation of 1 plus 2. Summation means addition, plus 3 plus 4. But we know by the rules of probability that this function, summation of p of x, must be equal to 1. So we have to equate this to 1 so that we will have, it will be q of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. This is equal to 1. Therefore, 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 4, it is 10. So we have q, which is 10, is equals to 1. And we want the value for q. So the value for q will simply be q is equals to 1 over 10. So this is the value for q. So the value for q is 1 over 10. And this is the first part of this question. Now, the second part, we are to find the probability distribution of that function. And we already have q. It means that now we can construct our table. Our table can be in this form. We have the x, and then we have the probability of x. And remember, we know that our probability ranges from 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we construct our table. But we know that q is 1 over 10. So 1 over 10. This means here we have 2 over 10. Here we have 3 over 10. Here we have 4 over 10. And this is our distribution table. This is what we are supposed to do. So this is question number 2. Question number 2. Number 3, we are to find the mean, the expected mean. So the expected mean, which is number 3, we know that the expected mean will be we have to multiply x x with the probability of x and add them together in order to get the expected value. So this will imply that we will have 1 multiplied by 1 over 10, because this is what we have. So we are simply going to multiply these values plus this 2 multiply, we have 2 multiplied by 2 over 10 plus 3 multiplied by 3 over 10. Let me create more space. 3 over 10 plus 4 by 4 over 10. And this will be our expected value. You can put this in your calculator. I think you will get 30 over 10, which is equals to 3. So this is our expected values. You can put it in your calculator. I think I don't have mine here. But you see here you have 1 times this. 1 times 10 plus 2 times 3, 2 over 10 plus 3 times 3 over 10 plus 4 times 4 over 10. You have 30 over 10, which will give you 3. So this is our expected value. Now we go to x squared. X squared simply means number 4. We have to find the expected value, but this time around it is squared. So it is simply x is squared, so it is 1 squared multiplied by 1 over 10 plus 2 squared multiplied by 2 over 10 plus 3 squared multiplied by 3 over 10 plus 4 squared multiplied by 4 over 10. And this gives us our expected value of this table. So this will give us our solution. Now we have to find the variance. The variance is simply, to find the variance, it is simply the expected, this is question number 5, the variance. It is simply the expected value, the value of x minus the expected value squared. This is our formula for variance. This implies that we will have, what is our expected value? Our expected value is here, 3. Here, if you do, you will get 10. The answer here is supposed to give us 10. So we will have 10 minus, what is the expected value is 3. So it is 3 squared, because this is squared. And this is our variance. This variance will be equivalent to 10 minus 3 squared. 3 squared is 9. So 10 minus 3, 9 is 1. So 1 is our variance. And the last question is the standard deviation, SD. So the standard deviation, we know it is the square root of variance. Square root of variance. This implies that our standard deviation, therefore, is the square root of 1, which is equals to 1. And this is how we find the solution to these problems. First of all, you start by finding the value for k. From the value for k, you are able to do your summation of x as x reaches to 1 to 4 of this function q of x. This is equivalent to q. The summation from 1 to 4 simply means you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 10. But we know that by the law of this discrete random variable, the summation must be equal to 1. So if it is equal to 1, so q is just equal to 1. And what do we have here? It is 10. Our summation gives us 10, which means that for us to get the value of q, it is simply the reciprocal of that. That's why we ended up in 1 over 10. And the second one, the probability distribution table, is given when you already find your value for q or k or whatever number that you have been given. And we know that here we have x and the probability of x. So when it is 1, it means it is 1 1 over 10. When it is 2, it means it is 2 over 10. When it is 3, it means it is 3 over 10. If it is 4, it is 4 over 10, etc. Just that way. So this is our probability distribution table. And by this, you might have gotten 10 or 4 marks if it is in exam setup. Now, the third one, we have to find the expected value. And the expected value, simply you multiply x with the probability of x and then add with the remaining products. So that is what we have done. We add their product after we do our multiplication. So it is 1 multiplied by this plus 2 multiplied by 2 over 10 plus 3 multiplied by 3 over 10 plus 4 multiplied by 4 over 10. And that gives you the expected value, or what we call the expected mean of this probability, which is equals to 3. And the fourth one, you have to find the expected value times 2. That's why x is squared. So simply square x and find the value. 1 square times 1 over 10, 2 square times 2 over 10, and everything here you will get 10. So that to find our variance simply means the expected value. This variance here, it means the expected value EX minus the expected value squared. And this is the formula for variance. And that is what I have applied here, expected value minus the expected value squared. And we know that the expected value was 10. We have the expected value 10, then the expected value squared gives us this. That is why we have 10 minus 9, which is 1. And the standard deviation is simply the square root of variance. Variance is represented in this form, so the square root of variance, which is equals to the square root of 1, which we know it is equals to 1. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Do well to subscribe to this channel so that you'll be notified in much more calculation. I remain your friend, Augustine Chibuzor Galagash.